Hi everybody, welcome back to Old Timer Noob Plays Panzer, Eastern Front Combat. Today I'll be playing through turn 6 of Scenario 4, The Village, Part 2. I think I said everything I needed to say in the 10-minute video of comments that comes before this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. We'll start with the spotting phase, and we'll start up here with the German half-track. Who can he see? Oh, I forgot to put this mortar section under the truck. He's dismounted, the mortar section here. So let me put him under the truck to show he's dismounted. Okay. So for my half track, we'll start down here first, range 11. We'll do the mortar section first, so we'll be in the small column. The mortar section is not in any cover. He does have a spot move counter because he moved dismounting, or he's marked the spot moved since he did dismount. So that's +2. So he'll be seen at a range of 20 hexes. So the half track can see him, and he can see the truck as well. The T-34 is a vehicle. He's out in the open. He's visible from a range of 20 hexes. Plus he has the spot move indicator, so he'd actually be visible at 40 hexes. And the half track's anybody else? No. No. I think that's it for the half track. All right, how about this German squad? We already know that this T-34 can be seen by the half track. I just want to see what the German squad can see. So this is a range of 8 vehicle. He's not in cover. He does have a spot move +2. The unit doing the spotting is in full cover, so that's net -2 so far. So that's 7 hexes. So this infantry squad cannot see the T-34 because he's 1 hex too far away. But these guys can, because they have the same modifiers and it's only 6 hexes away. So they can see the T-34. They can also see these guys, even though both sets of units are in full cover. The minimum spotting distance here is 1. So they can see each other. Can he see this guy? Let's find out. It's a range of 2 hexes, so we're in the small column here, base range 10. The Soviet unit is in the open. He does have a spot move +2. He is in full cover -2. And the unit doing the spotting is also in full cover -4. So that's 1. So the German squad cannot see this Soviet squad at a range of 2 hexes. Just for grins and giggles, let's do it the opposite way and see what kind of numbers we come up with. So it'll be the Soviet squad trying to spot the German infantry squad in the wooden building hex. We'll be in the small column. So they are in a wooden building hex, which provides light cover, but we have a superscript here to remind us that that is treated as heavy for spotting. It's -3. The German squad neither moved nor fired. They are in full cover. It's -2, so that's -5 total. And the unit doing the spotting is in full cover. That's another -4, -9. So they cannot spot the German squad 2 hexes away. They'd have to be within 1 hex. All right. Can they see the half track? No. And they obviously can't see them. Need to be 1 hex away. Can they see this tank? No. Let's double check. It's a vehicle. He's not in cover. He does have a spot move, +2. That's 40. The unit doing the spotting, -4. He'd have to be 7 hexes away. He's at a range of 5, so yes, he can see this tank. And he can see him as well. And of course, the same would apply to them. All right, before we leave this corner here, let me check. Let's see, did we determine if this T-34 can see the half track? I don't think we did. All right, so this is a range of 9. We're looking at a vehicle. He's in a wooden, or actually, what is this? This is a brick building hex. Can't see the infantry units. They're too well hidden. What else can you see? I think that's it for him. All right, who can this guy see? Can't see the infantry. Can't see the half track. Can't see him. Can't see him. Cannot see him. Can't see him either. Who can this guy see? That's blocked. No, 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 no. That unit can be seen. That unit can be seen. And he's in scrub, which is light cover. So can he be seen? -1. Range of 10. Yes, he can be seen from both units. All right, so I think that covers everybody. Next is the command phase. Here's our current number of active combat units. The Germans have 14, the Soviets have 13. Okay, so for the Germans, they have 6 plus 2 is 8. However, I believe that at least one of their tanks is out of command range. Here's the command tank. That's range 11. So out of their 8 commands that they have available, only 4 can be move or short halt commands. Right, the Soviets have 13 units, so that's 6. They also have 8. And I believe everybody is within command range, but I'll double check. 9. I think that's everybody. Yep, everybody's within command range, so they can use their commands as they see fit. So they both have 8 commands. I'll roll to see who goes first. First the Germans. The lowest number will place commands first. 5 for the Germans. 5 for the Soviets. We'll roll again. 10 for the Germans. 3 for the Soviets. So the Soviets will place their commands first. All right. Next step, initiative. I'll roll for both sides. The side with the highest initiative will be the first player. For the Germans, 89. For the Soviets, 74. So the Germans will be the first player. Again. Oh, and by the way, I guess I should announce that over in this area here, I'm going to have multiple tanks firing at the same tank. So these two guys are going to fire the two T-34s. This guy and the Stug are going to fire at the Su-85. Okay, so the Germans will be firing first because they're the first player. And I think we'll start with this German unit right here. So we have the infantry squad, and they'll be firing at the Soviet squads, one of them, in the adjacent hex. So let's first figure out what their GP factor is. 9, point blank. And let's figure out what the Soviet squad, we're going to fire at the top squad. So we've got to find their GP defense factor. It's 2S, but they're in full cover, plus 2, that's 4S. They're moving, minus 2, that's 2S. Oh no, wait a minute, I think I've been through this before. I don't think this minus 2 moving applies to them. Let me look it up. Oh, it does. I was thinking about the transporting. If they're being transported, this doesn't apply. It would be one of these values here. Okay, so the minus 2 does apply. So it's 2S plus 2 minus 2, so it's 2. And we said it's a GP factor of 9 for the Germans. So 9 against 2. And let's see if we have any modifiers. Nothing applies. So attack GP of 9, defending GP of 2. So we're looking at these two numbers here, 23 and 56. Roll the 96, that would be effective. Okay, and the effective result against a leg unit, if it's a squad, it's reduced to half squad and it's suppressed. Any attached weapons are unaffected. All right, so they were firing at this top squad. So they're going to be suppressed. And they're going to be reduced to half squad. And he'll be marked spot fired. Okay, who's next? We have the Panzer IVs. They're both going to be firing at this T-34 over here at a range of 8 hexes. Medium range with an AP factor of 19. Let's see what kind of modifiers we have. Target size is 0 for the T-34. The target is moving. Minus 2. It's not in cover. Shooter is not damaged or suppressed. There's no group smoke. No. Do we have an ammo limit? No. So it's just minus 2. In the medium column, 40 or less. And we're firing twice. 19, that's a hit. Variable penetration 1 and 0. With an AP factor of 19. So it's minus 2 and plus 2. 1 and a 10. So it's just going to be their AP factor of 19. They're firing at the front side. So that's going to be, well, I rolled the D100 because I'm going to use the 10s and the 100s. So I guess the 10s is going to be a 0, location 0. For the front side, and that's a track hit. And we don't go any further than that. All right, that's going to stink because I was going to move him into cover, but I guess not anymore. All right, now for the second guy. 40 or less. That's another hit. With a 3 and a 0 for variable penetration. That's a +2, -1, it's +1, so an AP factor of 20. On the front side, 9. It's going to be the hull side. It's a level shot. Hull side 13, so that is a penetration with damage of knockout. And these guys are both marked spot fire. All right, who's next? All right, I think I said the Stug and this damage tank are going to fire at the Su-85 over here, and these two Panzer IVs are going to fire at the first and second tank. So the top tank at the top tank and the second tank at the second tank. So these are Panzer IVHs at a range of 7. Short range, AP factor of 22. Modifiers. Nothing for the T-34. Target is not moving. Target is in light cover. That's -1. The shooter is not damaged or hesitating or suppressed. Does not go through the brew up smoke hex. Is there smoke over here? Nope. Ammo limit. I think there's no ammo limit. So it's just going to be -1 in the short range. So 63 or less. That's another hit. Can you believe it? 7 and an 8. AP 22. +2 +1, that's +3. Added to the 22, that's 25. Location. They're firing at the rear side. Location 5 is the hull side. And it's going to be a rising shot. So rising, rear side, hull side, 15. That's a penetration with a result of 10, which is a brew up. This is not going well for the Soviets. So this guy here is going to go into the tombstone box. Oops, where'd it go? Oh, right here. All right, now for the second tank. We said we needed a 45, right? -1 for light cover. Medium range. No, short range. Short range, 63 or less. That's a miss. That's good. They can't take any more pain. These guys are both marked spot fired. And then these guys over here, since we have a brew up in this hex, the other two guys are suppressed. I'll give them each a marker. All right, now the Stug here is going to fire at the SU-85 at a range of 9 hexes. Medium range with an AP factor of 19. What's the size of an SU-85? 0. Okay. So 0. The target is not moving. He is in light cover -1. The brew up smoke doesn't take effect until the next step. Is there an ammo limit? No. So just a -1. What did I say? Medium range. Medium range, -1. 45 or less he needs. 25, that's a hit. Again with a 9 and a 4. AP factor of 19. 9 is a +2, 4 is -1, so it's +1. AP factor of 20. And it's a falling shot at the front side. Front side 1. Falling shot, that's a deck hit. And that's because the deck is for falling shots only. So if you get a 1 with a falling shot, that is a deck hit. So let's look at the deck armor of an SU-85. Falling shot, front side, or deck is 25. And I don't think that's going to be penetration. Right? Right, so he has fired. Spot fire. No damage over here. And now this guy's going to fire at the SU-85. Right, so a range of 9. Panzer 4H. Medium range AP 19. Target size 0. Target's not moving. Target is in light cover -1. Shooter is damaged -3. That's a -4. -4 in the medium column is 30 or less. Miss. He's marked spot fired. And who's left is living to fight another day. Right, any other Germans firing? No, that's it. Now the Soviets get to fire. They don't have much to work with here. All right. I have 2 tanks left in here. They both have to fire at the Panzer 4Hs. So I guess I'll have the T-34 on the top fire at the top Panzer 4. and the Su-85 will fire at the bottom Panzer IV. They're both suppressed, but the brew up smoke doesn't take effect until the next step. They're both suppressed and one of them is damaged. So, cross fingers. All right, for the T-34. Firing at a range of 7. Short range with an AP factor of 23. Target size, I think is 0 for Panzer IV-H. Yes. Target is not moving. Target is not in cover. The shooter is not damaged, but he is suppressed. It's -5. No ammo limit. So just -5. So in the -5, 35 or less. That's a miss. He's already marked spot fired. Now the Su-85 at a range of 7. Also short range, AP factor of 23. Target size 0. Target's not moving. Target's not in cover. The shooter is damaged, -3. And he's suppressed, -5. So in the short range column, -5, 35 or less. That's a hit. I think that's all the firing for everybody. Right, now comes movement. And since the Soviets were the second player, they get to move first. All right, so I guess I'll start with my mortar section. They're going to move 1 hex into here. Mark spot moved. These guys are going to move 1, 2 up to here. They should all be mark spot move. I'm going to move these suppressed guys into this hex. I'll get rid of this now. So I have 2 suppressed guys and 1 who's not suppressed, and I'll put the not suppressed guy at the top of the stack. And the reason I'm doing that is because he's going to be the one conducting the hand-to-hand combat. Only unsuppressed, unbroken, or non-hesitating squads, half squads and sections may initiate hand-to-hand combat. So they can't participate. I would like to point something out here regarding hand-to-hand combat. If you look at the explanation of hand-to-hand combat in the rulebook and the explanation for close assault, they're pretty much identical. Right, so hand-to-hand combat and close assault of the advancing variety take place in this step, the close assault hand-to-hand combat step. But just as with close assault, leg units are being transported, can also arrive in their transport and dismount and immediately engage in hand-to-hand combat. But in both cases, in the transported close assault and the transported hand-to-hand combat, that takes place in this step, the movement and overrun combat step. So what we're looking at right now is just a hand-to-hand combat, non-transported infantry. So that's going to happen in this step here. Actually, I should have done that before this. I shouldn't have moved anybody yet because we haven't gotten to the movement step yet. I should be here, close assault. I mean, it's not going to matter really, but technically I shouldn't have moved him yet. Or him. Until I resolve this. I haven't done hand-to-hand combat before, so let me take a look at the rules here and see how this plays out. All right, so we're looking here. The first player, who in this case would be the Germans, announces and resolves all hand-to-hand and close assault combats, but they're not doing any. So now will be the second player. Hand-to-hand combat is resolved through a die roll comparison. High side wins. Roll again for ties. Both sides roll a d100 and modify each of the results by the net hand-to-hand modifier, if any. All right, let me check modifiers. That would be here. All right, the primary squad and the squad he's attacking are both full squads, so there's no modifier for that. The defender is not suppressed. We did not expend any movement points to move adjacent, so that doesn't apply. There's only one unit attacking, so we're not adding modifiers for any additional sections, half squads, or squads. There's no flamethrower, no cav, no FOs, no. So it looks like we have no modifiers. And then normally you would use unit grade modifiers, but again, everybody here is seasoned. So hand-to-hand combat, close assault is 0. No modifiers for that. Okay, so let's see what's next. All right, hand-to-hand combat requires that both sides roll a d100, comparing the net results with the higher side winning the engagement. Reroll all ties. Hand-to-hand combat ultimately results in one side's elimination, even if it takes multiple roll-offs. Only one side is left standing. All right, so we'll do the Soviets first. '61. Germans, 9. Okay, attack or higher result. If the target is a squad, it's reduced to half squad. It is not suppressed. Flip the squad counter to its half squad side. All right, so first we're going to do is flip him to the half squad side. Okay, the defending unit. Oh wait, any attached weapons are unaffected. Right. The defending unit must now recalculate its modifiers based on a half squad size unit, and another roll-off takes place. All right, so going back to the modifiers. So looking back over here, the hand-to-hand modifiers are used exclusively. All modifiers are cumulative and applied to each side. The terrain occupied has no impact. Okay, so now we're looking at this. If the primary attacking unit and or the defending unit is a half squad, the modifier is -25. Okay, so the way I'm reading this, if the primary attacking unit is a half squad, the attacker would subtract 25. But if the defending unit is the half squad, the defending unit would subtract 25. Okay, so now we roll again. And the German player has to subtract 25 from his roll. So here's for the Soviets, 63. Here's for the Germans, 35. -25 is a 10. So the Soviets roll the higher roll. And since the attacker has the higher results, if the target is anything other than a squad, which it is, it's a half squad, it's eliminated and removed from play. If the target is eliminated, any or all of the attacking units may move into the hex previously occupied by the defending unit, if no other opposing units are present in that hex. Or they may remain their original X. All right, so first we have to get rid of this guy. Actually, I'll put him over here. So this can go away. And this guy's going to move into here. And control doesn't change until the end of the next turn. That's it for hand-to-hand combat. So that was actually this step right here. Now would be the regular movement. So this is where I would have moved or should have moved or waited to have moved these guys in the mortar section. All right, these trucks are going to move here. And that's all the movement for the Soviets. Now for the Germans, it's going into here. So you spot moved. All right, I think that's everybody, except we have Overwatch here with these two T-34s. And they're going to fire at this Panzer V. So the Soviets are going to be at a range, or the Germans are going to be at a range of 6 from the Germans. So that's going to be short range with an AP factor of 23. Let's see if any modifiers apply. All right, size is +1. Okay. +1, target's moving, -2, so that's a -1. Now he's in light cover, that's -2. Overwatch. He doesn't have to adjust, so that's just -1, so that's -3 total. No ammo limit. So in short range, -3, 49 or less, and I'm firing twice. That's a miss. That's a hit. With a 5 and a 0. Let's go over here and check variable penetration. 23 +3 and 0, so that's now an AP factor of 26. We're firing at the front side. Front side, location 4. That is the turret side, and it's a rising shot. Turret side, rising on the front side. That's a 12. That is a penetration. Damage of 3. Just damaged. And now that they're damaged, they have to check for bailout. AP damaged for the crew, 30 or less, and they bail out. Nope, they made it. All right, so they both fired. Their mark spot fired. And I think that is everybody. Everybody's done what they were commanded to do. That brings us to the adjustment phase. No pivoting, no turrets, just full cover. I think These guys are going to go in full cover. There we go. Okay, adjust, remove, suppression step. All right, here's where I screwed up last turn, or last video. I have to roll for suppression removal. Both of these guys are suppressed. I have to look at these modifiers. If they have command other than no command, which they do. The one guy had to move command, but then he got suppressed, and then the other unit moved into this hex. So they were both moving. So it's plus 20. They're not under fire. So now we can go up here for suppressed recovery. They're seasoned. They've got to roll between a 1 and a 60, and they have to add 20 to the die roll. This is for the top guy. 19 plus 20 is 39, so we can adjust his suppression to off. And now same for this guy. And he made it. Well, he was suppressed before, so I guess it just comes off now. All right. Because he was suppressed last turn. Okay. Is anybody else suppressed? I don't think so. Yes. These guys are both suppressed. And they both had a fire command. Plus 20. And they were under fire. So that's plus 30, plus 10, total of 30. Right, so we're going to roll twice, adding 30 to the die roll. And once again, we have to roll between 1 and 60. First guy didn't make it. The second guy also didn't make it. So they're still suppressed. All right, no morale counters. Just remove commands. I think we've already taken care of that. And then the last thing is going to be, there's no checking for fires. We're not placing any more control markers, or are we? Yes, we are. Placing control markers over here. I always forget where these things are. So one here. One's going to go here. It's funny, they don't show up unless you move the units. And then I believe this guy was here. So there's that. And that would be the end of the turn. Okay. And that will be the end of turn 6. Thanks for watching. We'll see you for turn 7 if you decide to come back. Bye for now.